27 giving you exactly what you need. Welcome to the show where the truths never lie. Turn the volume up while we watch the sparks fly. Monday morning coming at you with the heavy hitting vibe. We breaking down the headlines, keeping policy alive. The filters on the lands, no scripts inside their hand. Just a broadcast for the people across the digital land. From the hill to the street, yeah, we digging in the dirt. Searching for the facts, even when the answer's hurt. It's a weekday ritual, a digital town square. If you're looking for the comfort, you won't find it here. We that set the agenda, we challenge every view. Bringing more politics straight from us to you. Subs climbing up, yeah, the chat is going wild. Information flowing in a truly gritty style. Run your mouth, let the people hear the sound of Teddy 27, we're the loudest in the town. Run your mouth, break a silence, take a stand. Politics and power in the palm of your hand. Run your mouth, yeah, we're live on the screen. The greatest commentary that you've ever seen. Yeah, the debate is getting deep while the mainstream media is falling fast asleep. We're tracking every bill and we're walking every vote, taking every crooked quote and cutting at the throat. It's a YouTube revolution, decentralized and free. Finding what the future of the news is gonna be. From the left to the right to the middle of the room, we're carrying the weight, yeah, we're carrying the load. Don't just sit and listen, get your fingers on the keys. We're bringing down the giants, bringing them to the knees. Weekday warriors assemble for the fight. Shining out a signal in the middle of the night. Run your mouth, let the people hear the sound of Teddy 27, we're the loudest in the town. Run your mouth, break the silence, take a stand. Politics and power in the palm of your hand. Run your mouth, yeah, we're live on the screen. The realest commentary that you've ever seen. Hit the like, hit the sub, keep the fire burning bright. Run your mouth every weekday, doing it right. Yeah, Teddy 27.
Well, hello, 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 hello. It is I is he. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? It's me. I'm back. It's me, Teddy27, here for today's edition of Run Your Mouth. Yeah. It's been, listen, I ain't had a day off in like over a week because we did the Pride Month panel yesterday. So I have not had a day off. I have been here bringing quality programming day after day after day after day without a single day off in about 9 or 10 days, okay? And if you go over a 3-week period, I've only had like 1 day off in like 2.5 weeks. So I'll have to give myself a pat on the back. I will pat myself on the back because we've been over here working. You know, the Isley brothers said, oh, I got work to do. I got work. Maybe I got a job. Wait, yeah, that was the Isley brothers first. Then it was Vanessa Williams. Yeah, we got work to do. Or we could do Michael Jackson. Got me working day and night. Day and night. Come on now. We working. Now, where you been? I know you was at grad session, Tanya. I know you been away at grad session over there in Savannah. How everything went? Tanya, you got to call me and give me all the information. I talked to somebody, and they kind of gave me all of the heads up ahead of time. But call Tanya when I get off here. Call me so we could chat it up and you could give me all of the dirt from Savannah. I need to know all of the details, all of the business and stuff. Hey, Complex 613. What's going on? Why are these people calling me? Like I don't know what. No, I don't know who this is. I'm not gonna answer. I don't know who that is. Hey, Complex 613. Hey, Ravine. Tamara, what is going on? Miss Cookie, it's great to see you. Hey, Ravine. Oh, I already said hey to Ravine, huh? Hey, Green Girl. Hey, Crazy Homebody Girl. Mia MJ, what is up? Jason, what's good, bruh? Yeah, we had a great time last night. We had great, and one of my panelists had an emergency yesterday, couldn't make it. And he texted me maybe about an hour or two ago, and he was like, "I'm so upset that I can't." But he was like, "You need to do another one because I'm mad that I couldn't come on." So he texted me, let me know. But I told him we'll do another one. We may not wait a whole year. Hey, Miss Shorty B. You still catching up on Silly Saturday? Baby, we was here for like 4 hours. We had an epic Silly Saturday this week. An epic Silly Saturday this week. Okay. Mm. It was epic. Hey, DPG. What's going on, Tracy W? That's y'all last day in St. Louis. You'll be traveling home tomorrow. All right. Well, we still praying for y'all. I'm praying that you don't die from heat stroke. I know it's hot as hell over there. Hell, it's hot as hell over here. It's in the upper 90s. I think it's like 97 degrees outside. So I don't even want to know what y'all feeling like over there in St. Louis. God be with us. Man, we had a great time with the Pride Month panel. Speaking of Pride Month panel, now, where's Tracy C? Because Tracy C hassled me about making sure that we have the goddamn Pride Month panel. Pride Month panel came. Guess who wasn't in attendance? Wait till I see her. Hey, Yolanda Morgan. Hey, Janae. Yeah, the Oddly Brothers did it first, and then Vanessa Williams covered it. Hey, Terrence, what's good, bro? Oh, y'all were in Augusta. I don't know why I thought it was Savannah. Okay, y'all was in Augusta. Okay. Okay, I got you. I'm with you. I don't know why I thought y'all was in I don't know why I thought y'all was in Savannah. You're right. It was in Augusta. Of course you're right. You were there. Fuck him. I'm gonna tell you you right. But anyway, yeah, but I need you to give me the details, okay? Cha. Yeah. KJ, I don't what are you talking? They canceled all of this stuff for this weekend. KJ, what are you talking about? We're not doing anything this weekend anymore. KJ, did you not get the word? Oh dear God. The DMV will be on broil. We already on broil. It's already in the upper 90s. Let me see what it's gonna be about in the next couple days. As soon as I turn on the weather on my phone, it says in big red letters, heat advisory. Child. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm. Anyway, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know. Well, I don't know. I might be available Friday. I'll probably be available Friday. Cause Thursday, I don't know. I'll probably be available Thursday. I don't know. It just depends. I know Friday for sure I'll be available. I'm off Thursday and Friday, but um I made some plans for Thursday night once I knew that we weren't doing it. We wasn't having a really be birthday party no more, and I think really B is also having like a birthday get online birthday party or whatever. But I know Friday I should be available. But just hit me back channel or something. Um, it's about to be oh dear God, you leaving Friday, child? I don't know what to tell you. Um, hey, Lady Libra, what's going on? No, that's not fair, JC. Y'all be over there with 1,000 degree temperatures. I can't do that over there. Mm-mm. You gonna be in Atlanta on Thursday? Okay. Well, like I said, I probably could do something Friday. I mean, if y'all want to do lunch on Friday morning, I mean breakfast or brunch Friday morning. What time is if you and Cajun want to do something, maybe we can get Universal Goddess to come out, and maybe even Tanya. If y'all want to do like brunch or something on Friday, maybe we could do that. Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, so we got a show to do, huh? We got a whole show to do. Dear Lord, we got a whole show to do. Um, hey Carl. Mm. Okay, yeah, we got a show to do. Listen, y'all. On today's Run Your Mouth, we only have 2 days left for Pride Month. So uh the last 2 days we'll be listening to speeches from, in my estimation, two of the most highly regarded members of the Black LGBTQ plus community. You know both of them. One of them, the one we'll do tomorrow on the last day of Pride Month, I do that speech every year. I will always do it every year. It is probably one of the, in my estimations, and as a rhetorician and someone who taught uh, uh, um, AP Lang for many years and taught students how to do rhetorical analyses of nonfiction writings and things. It's probably arguably one of the one we'll do tomorrow is arguably top 5 speeches given on American soil by an American, and this is by a someone in the Black LGBTQ plus community, one of our pioneers and trailblazers. And so we'll listen to that speech because I play it every year. And so I dare not let this year's Pride Month in without me playing that one tomorrow. But today, we're going to hear from another one of our stalwarts, another one of our Mount Rushmores, people within the um, Black LGBTQ plus communities today. Hey, Candace F. Hey, Tiffany. What's going on? Yeah, if the Atlanta delegation, maybe we can get together Friday for like brunch. Let's say like maybe like 11 o'clock. Let's do a brunch Friday, like 11. Lady Libra says she'll be in town. Once you see like Universal Goddess pop out, we'll see if she can come. Tanya's here. Maybe Tanya might be off. If Tanya's off work, she might can come. We might can do brunch. Maybe depending on what time. That young man Cajun is leaving. Maybe we can get him to come. Um, maybe I could, if Scotty is not working or something like that, maybe we can call Scotty and see if he wants to come, or Jamar. So we'll see if we can put something together. We got a couple days. We got a couple days. Um. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this party started. What else we got in the dossier today? We have we're gonna spend a lot of time on Supreme Court rulings today. Of course, we have to have a complete and thorough breakdown of the BET Awards last night. I did watch them, so we'll do a breakdown of all things BET Awards. Um, and we'll just do what we can. Of course, the video breakdowns or video breakdowning. Not that that's even a word. And things like that. So we're really looking forward to all of that. Go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know. Um, um, y'all are ready to get this party started. Y'all are ready to get this party started. Mm. All right. I see a couple Shondells. Look like we are ready. Looks like we are ready. We are ready. All right. All right. So it looks like we're ready to get this party started. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Can I say this? Let me go back. Let me say this. YouTube changed a whole bunch of stuff. They've changed a whole bunch of stuff. They removed a bunch of people. They've changed the algorithm. Like they've made a lot of wholesale changes to the platform. A lot of the behind the scenes that us YouTubers have to worry about when we're uploading and when we're doing stuff. So they changed a lot of stuff. So it's very important that if and when you go into lives that you do hit the like button. And y'all know I never am a hit the like button. I'm not a like button police. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my deal. Y'all know that's never been my deal. Saying hit the like button. I don't do that. But they a lot of the algorithm controls notifications, and I was watching some big time YouTube content creators that focus on making YouTube videos, and they were talking about how a lot of stuff has changed with monetization. A lot of stuff has changed with how they put the algorithm. Um, uh, um, yeah, and all of that stuff. So hit the like button. That way YouTube knows that you are interested and can make sure that as notifications go out and as they are doing what they do with the algorithm, that YouTube trying to save $1 and save a dime. That's what YouTube is trying to do. And the less money they can pay people out, the more money that they can keep in their coffers. See how that works? So, please, ma'am, please, sir. That's why we are over on Twitch. That's why we have Twitch Wednesday. So, Twitch Wednesday, so y'all can get used to being over on Twitch because YouTube just. I told y'all about 2 years ago that I see a time when YouTube is not going to. It may not just be as viable as it was, and so we want to make sure that we spread our wings and don't put all our eggs in one basket, and that we are you know saturating the market, as so to speak. um Jay the Nerd is over in DC doing his thing, living his best life. He's good. Jay the Nerd is doing actually really well, and living his best life, doing his thing, enjoying life, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Um, I've been giving y'all a lot of me in the last 2 months or so, but y'all know vacation time is coming, right? Y'all know these trips are coming, right? I'm just saying, y'all know these trips are coming, right? Just saying. Hey, Simera. Hey, favorite sleuth, and thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to all of the members. Shout out to the members. Please hit me up so that you can get access to the members only chat, either with an email or DM or Instagram or somewhere. So you can get access to the members only chat. It is a luxury afforded only to our members. So, and it's a lot of good fun over there. A lot of fun. Yeah. Anyway, can I get the members to flood the chat with members only emojis? Maybe give me an orange shirt. Let's do an orange shirt. Let's flood the chat with some orange shirts, shall we? Now we're ready for $ Scrappy. That's not me. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bro? All right. It's that time, y'all. And with that being said, there it is. Shout out to the members. Oh man, we love our orange shirts around here. We love our orange shirts for all of the right reasons. All right. So it's Pride Month. We only have 2 days left for Pride Month. I figured as much, Jason. I figured as much. Um, yeah, we only got 2 days left, so we gonna go out with a bang. We're gonna go out with a bang, right? It's Pride Month.
That is Gay Pride Month. Shout out to all my gay niggas. Shout out to everybody in the LGBT community. I told my niggas that it need to be more straight niggas giving love to the gay niggas.
Happy Gay Month, because you know you gay and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
We got your gay
Tyler.
balloon because it got all the colors because it's gay.
Okay.
And I got Skittles because it got a rainbow on it.
Okay.
And I got the cookie cake. It says, be who you are
For your pride. Happy Pride Month. Did I see Tracy C sneak up in here? Let me look. Go back. See if I see Tracy snuck up in here. Thought I saw her sneak up in here. Try to slide in. There she go. She knew I was looking for her too. Where you been? I'm leaving the hospital. What happened to you? Well, why is you leaving the hospital? God. Jesus. Well, what? You need to call me. You need to call me. Make me call you. Anyway, it's Pride Month, and today's Pride Month feature is a gentleman who is on the Mount Rushmore of black LGBTQ plus figures on the Mount Rushmore, easily. He's a well-known name. I don't think he gets the notoriety that he should, but certainly amongst black LGBTQ plus circles and in the history and annals of time, in terms of black gay history, he is there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the great one. The great one himself, James Baldwin. James Baldwin, for me, growing up as a little boy, I didn't know as a little boy that when I was growing up and I was listening to like his speeches and reading some of his works, I didn't know James Baldwin was gay. I did not. I learned that later on. But there were two people, as I was, growing up and nerd and an intellectual, and there were two people who I read their writings at nauseum. One was W.E.B. Du Bois, or Du Bois. He would say Du Bois. Some people say Du Bois. He said Du Bois. So I'll say Du Bois. Anyway, W.E.B. Du Bois was one, and number two was always James Baldwin. Their writings transcended the pages for me. Their writings challenged my level of thinking. They made me smarter. They made me better. And I always loved just sitting. And I hated that even though I was alive when Baldwin was alive. He died in 1987. So I was alive, but I was too young to even know what he had going on. But I hate that I was not alive when they were in their heyday and in their prime, Du Bois and or Baldwin. Many people don't know that James Baldwin, he's openly gay. And we're going to listen to a speech by James Baldwin. We will listen to that speech. But the reason I say Baldwin does not get the credit that he deserves, when people think the civil rights era and the mid 1960s, where legislation and laws were passed, you only think of it on the domestic front. So people think of it on the domestic front. So you hear the Martin Luther Kings, you may hear Thurgood Marshall because he was working legally behind the scenes. You may hear a lot of names. One of the names you don't hear a lot is James Baldwin. And even when you talk to Dr. King, he would always, I heard Dr. King give an interview, and he said, listen, our approach with civil rights is not just domestically. He said the work that I'm doing here in America is tethered to the work that James Baldwin is doing internationally. James Baldwin is an author, a playwright, a scholar, a poet, and one of the greatest debaters to ever live. Him, two black people. If you ever learn how to debate, there are two black people who they will tell you to go and study. One is James Baldwin. The second one we'll hear from her tomorrow is Barbara Jordan. Both of them black and both of them gay. But he would do the work internationally. And so he would travel to all across Europe, and he even traveled to the Far East at times. And he traveled to Africa as well. But he put the stain of segregation and Jim Crow on America that America had. He put that on an international stage. So there was a two-front fight. You have the King and the Civil Rights Movement fighting it here on the domestic front, but that was coupled with post-World War II, making the United States be seen for how horrible it really was. Because a lot of countries after World War II really looked at the United States like it was the shining city on the hill, and everybody wanted to be like the United States, and the United States was making all of this money post-World War II. But Baldwin then traveled the world exposing America for what it was. Fuck shit. With regard to what it was doing to black people. And that international embarrassment and shame and exposure was also equally a part of the catalyst that helped move the needle in terms of civil rights. Hey, Uncle Jay, I see you snuck in here. Hey, Uncle Jay. Hey, Jocelyn. So we're going to listen to a speech. I'm going to play, this isn't the full speech, but it's a good portion of it. This is James Baldwin. This is in 1986. So let me get you the exact date. Because he died a year later. This is a year before he died. He died, he died in December 1st, 1987. Excuse me. And this is a year before he died. This took place on what's the date? Because he was born in the 20s. And this took place December 10th, 1986. And he was giving a lecture at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. And he was asked about the plight of black people, but more specifically, he was asked to reflect on the meaning and impact of race in America. And so I'll let him speak because he took questions and began answering questions. And this dialogue that he had after one of the questions rings true today. I want you to listen to him. I want you to hear him and hear him speak so eloquently, because every single thing that he's saying back in 1986, and I can pull speeches from the 50s and 40s where he spoke, and it still word for word is true today. But I pulled this one because this is one of my favorites. Year before he died, and this is James Baldwin speaking before the National Press Club, December 10th, 1986 in Washington, D.C.
I don't think that black people, in the generality certainly, can be accused of blaming their situation on the past, or indeed blaming their situation on anybody. The situation is much too vivid, much too terrible for that kind of self-indulgence. But it isn't, people I started out with. History is not the past. The situation of the black community in this country is abominable, because this is a racist country, and every institution in this country is a racist institution. And the very last thing the Republic really wants is an autonomous black community. anywhere. Everybody knows, for example, that if you build a school in a ghetto, you built a disaster factory. And the answer to that is not to bus a child to another neighborhood. The answer to that is to rebuild a city so that human beings can live in the city. Cities are not supposed to be built for money and to make a few people rich. Now, if we want to deal with that, we've got to go there. In the meantime, there's no point in blaming the black community for being upset about the community, because the community has always been at war with the republic. But I think that whenever a black person tries to tell the truth about his situation to white people, or to people who think they're white, because white is a state of mind, it's even a moral choice. Every time, if my testimony is true, my testimony is a black citizen of this country, or a black would-be citizen of this country, if my testimony is true, then the American myth is a lie. And when this collision happens, I'm accused of being prejudiced against white people. I have better sense and don't have that much time. I don't have some white person locked up in my skull, walking around with me every day and every hour. White people have a black person locked up in their skulls. And that's why they treat black people the way they do. If you see what I mean. One of the difficulties about being a black man in this country has always been the difficulty of being a white man, because it is assumed so profoundly that no one has ever questioned it, I think. That the black man wants to be a white man. White men, as I've observed, are not sure they want to be white. It's got to be exhausting. You'd be endlessly flexing your muscles and, conquering the world and smiling. And, it wears white people out. Furthermore, black people are always, in the presence of white people, you're watching an imitation. And you realize this if you try to imitate it, because you cannot imitate imitation. Therefore, the role of the black man in today's America has got to be what it always really was, or what the Republic always feared it was. He is a man. And a man cannot be told what to do, a man cannot be defined by others. And there's nothing new about that. What the question really means is, how should we alter the American model so that both the black man and the white man can be free? What I would like to do, what I would really like to do, is an idea which maybe we can take hold of in this room. I want to establish a modest proposal, White History Week. But the answer to these questions is not to be found in me, but in that history which produces these questions. It's late in the day to be talking about race relations. What are you talking about? And if as long as we have race relations, how can they deteriorate or improve? I'm not a race, and neither are you. No, we're talking about the life and death of this country. And one of the things, I'm not joking when I talk about White History Week, one of the things which most afflicts this country is that white people don't know who they are or where they come from. And that's why you think I'm a problem. But I am not the problem. Your history is. And as long as you pretend you don't know your history, you're going to be the prisoner of it. And there's no question of you're liberating me, because you can't liberate yourselves. We're in this together. And finally, when white people, quote unquote white people, talk about progress in relationship to black people, all they are saying and all they can possibly mean by the word progress is how quickly and how thoroughly I become white. I don't want to become white. I want to grow up, and so should you. I was not joking about White History Week. After all, I was told quite some time ago, when I was growing up, that George Washington couldn't tell a lie. And did or did not chop down the cherry tree, I forget. I'm serious about that. White Americans really do not know their history. And that's one of the reasons they're in trouble. And when I suggest White History Week, I'm not really just making a parody of Black History Week, but I'm suggesting that the truth about this country is buried in the myths that white people have about themselves. And these myths have to be excavated, can only be excavated by white people. Or, in other words, I may know the history of this country better than whatever teacher is trying to teach my child. Because it's in my interest to understand it in order to be liberated from it. Most white Americans cling to the idea of being white and, because they don't want to find out what else they might be. But if I know that I have black and white ancestors, so do you. And no one in this country can prove they're white. No one would dare to try to prove that. And I'm not trying to glorify black people or denigrate white people. I'm trying to point out that we are, whether we like it or not, connected, and that a connection should be our triumph and our glory instead of our shame. I think that the future is not nearly as simple as Americans like to think. I'm not convinced that the machine is going to resolve so many problems. I know that we've got to confront, I think, the fact that if we don't share the earth, we're going to blow it up. I think we have to rethink everything we think is true now, because it's not going to be true tomorrow. The question supposes a future which is more or less coherent and which is safe. But in fact, the moral choice we have yet to make does not guarantee that anyone in this room has a future. And the only way we can accommodate ourselves to that is to rethink and recreate our vocabulary, which includes the human race. We are all in this room at the mercy of, whether or not we know it, the European vision of the world. And that vision is obsolete.
Powerful words from a powerful man, James Baldwin, scholar, author, playwright, intellect extraordinaire, and openly black gay man. And certainly we celebrate him on at the end of this Pride Month. Tomorrow, we will absolutely listen to my girl, Barbara Jordan. I do her every year. And we will listen to her speech before Congress. One of the greatest speeches in the history of the American, this country we call the yet to be United States of America. So we'll be listening to her tomorrow. But it's always interesting to me how many people did not know that James Baldwin, for all that he was an openly black gay man, very open about it. He did not hide it. He was, even matter of fact, Giovanni's Room, which is one of his books, he tried to publish it in New York. New York told him, oh no, this was back in the, I think, late 50s, early 60s. I think it was late 50s. Tried to publish it in New York because it had an openly gay character, and black gay character nonetheless. And they told him, no, this isn't the right time. That's not the right message. People will say horrible things about not just you, but us as a publishing company for publishing it. And so he went over to England and had it published in England. And it became a bestseller in both England and the United States. And the publishing company was upset that they didn't publish it. But here we are. But yeah, James Baldwin, one of the greats. One of the greatest on my, upper echelon of people that were born. So yeah, this was review. I saw you asked me what year was this. This was 1986. You can look this up. You can look up the entire you could look up that entire lecture that he did. It was, again, he gave this on December 10th, 1986 at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. And as you can see there, they pulled clips and excerpts from that. But as I stated earlier, almost everything he said there rings hollow, especially at the end where he said the Western European model is obsolete. And we see that today. Yeah. So That is one of the greats. I'm so happy we could celebrate him before the end of Pride Month. And tomorrow we'll do one of the other greats tomorrow. All right. So, real quick today, real quick, we have one primary tomorrow. July is a very light month in terms of primary, so we won't have a whole lot of primary information to do. And so we'll focus on a lot of the primaries that are coming up in August during July. But we do have a primary in the great state of Colorado tomorrow. If you live in Colorado or vote in Colorado, make sure you exercise your right to vote. We will have an exhaustive list of all of the elections tomorrow. We do that every Tuesday. So tomorrow I will go through the exhaustive list of all of the elections taking place tomorrow. So if you in your respective state do need to get out and vote, we'll make sure that we let you know that. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
This is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love now, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So we had a lot of Supreme Court rulings today. Not a lot, but we had a few of them, about 5 or 6 today. We'll concentrate on 3 of them. One of them that we're not going to concentrate on, but I'm sure your president is mad about, is the fact that they ruled that they were not going to hear no parts of that E. Jean Carroll appeal that he tried to do, so he didn't have to pay no money as president. They threw that shit out, and basically he owed that woman her money. So go ahead and pay E. Jean Carroll all her money, because the Supreme Court rejected that and said, get the fuck out of here with that. But it's not all good out of the Supreme Court. We will start off with the good here, okay? We do have some good to start off with. All right. Hey, Antonia. So for our girl Lisa Cook, first ever, not just black woman, but black person on the Feds, a part of the Fed Board of Governors, Federal Reserve, that is. So today we got the ruling, the Supreme Court ruling on her case. Now the justices allowed Fed Governor Lisa Cook to stay in her job while she fights the Republican party, or more specifically, your president's effort to fire her over allegations of mortgage fraud. What they wanted to do was they wanted to accuse her of mortgage fraud and say, because she's in court for mortgage fraud, whether or not it was true or not, have her fired from her job, simply for them taking accusing her simply from the accusations. They wanted her fired because we're no longer in the realm of innocent until proven guilty. We're completely in the throes of guilty and try to prove yourself innocent. That's our justice system at this point. Guilty, your job is to try to prove yourself innocent, unless, of course, you're white and rich. But the Supreme Court said that he could not fire her, and that she will keep her job. Now, that doesn't mean it's over. That just means that it will work itself through the litigation process and go through that. But he could not fire her until it is thoroughly and completely adjudicated and goes through that whole process. So Lisa Cook will keep her job. And when you read the majority opinion on it, what they stated is that she is innocent until proven guilty. So yeah. But then there's this. this was probably the scariest ruling of the day. This is the ruling that is going to rock and change the face of our federal government. This is just as consequential as the ruling back in, I believe it was, what was that, 2024, where this court said that presidents have complete immunity while they're in office, basically making them a king. Well, this ruling further expands that. Now, if you work, put a 27 in the chat if you work for the federal government. Just want to see how many people we have here. We don't have no federal government. I know I saw Candace F in here earlier. Well, okay, there go Candace. I'm about to say, I know Candace F. So listen, as you know, within the federal government, you have several agencies that are private. We just talked about one, the feds, and the governors of the Fed chair down to the Federal Reserve. That's a private entity. It is not supposed to be subject to the whims of the Oval Office or who's ever president. Well, that was the rule. And then there's this. The Supreme Court, in their ruling that was released today, ruled that the president can fire leaders of independent agencies or commissions, ending 90 years of court precedent that curbs executive power. The vote in the case of Trump versus Slaughter is 6-3, with dissents from Justices Sotomayor, Ketanji, Justice Brown Jackson, and Justice Kagan. The case was focused on the White House's March 2025 firing of the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission member Rebecca Slaughter. Trump fired her over email, sent her an email, said you're fired, telling her that keeping her as a commissioner would be, quote, inconsistent with the administration's priorities, end of quote. Upon termination, Slaughter sued the Trump administration, saying she was fired without cause, and a lower court ruled for her reinstatement. In challenging her suit, the White House argued the court should overturn Humphrey's Executor versus United States, a landmark ruling from 1935 in which the Supreme Court ruled that the president unlawfully fired a member of the FTC, limiting the power over independent agencies. So the 1935 ruling of the fucking Supreme Court said that a president does not have the power to fire a member of an independent agency, whether or not it is within the executive branch of government. It is still an independent agency, and you can't just fire this person without cause, or in this case, because that person is, quote, inconsistent with the administration's priorities, end of quote. Meaning you may lean more to the other side of the political sphere. So in their filing, they said that the Supreme Court should absolutely overturn a prior Supreme Court's precedent that was set. And they knew that they had the court to do that. Now, this is where we're splitting hairs now. In one case, y'all said he couldn't fire Lisa Cook. because the Federal Reserve is independent and separate, and you can't do that. But in the next breath, you say that he can fire Miss Slaughter here, Rebecca Slaughter, who's also in an equally independent agency. Now, they split hairs because they said, well, we didn't say he couldn't fire her. We said that he couldn't fire her for the reason that he was trying to fire Lisa Cook for, which was for mortgage fraud. And we don't know that she committed mortgage fraud because that's still being litigated. So he can't fire her that way. But if he just wants to, I guess if he wants to just fire her outright because her viewpoints are inconsistent with the administration's priorities, I guess he can at this point. Which means that the Supreme Court has, one, given the president complete autonomy from anything while he's in the Oval Office. Two, now giving him the right to fire anybody for any reason, or it could be no cause at all, simply because, oh, you started working on this job under the last administration, or you were appointed to this position by the last person. Not because they're doing anything wrong, not because they are in violation of the law, not because they're derelict of duties with regard to that position to which they have been nominated or confirmed, but simply because we don't like your political leanings. And they just made it open season to say we can put all of our acolytes and sycophants, all the political hacks that swing from Donald Trump's pubic hairs, we can put all of them in place and fire everybody. So let's be clear. This is where the other side doesn't play fair. I ain't about playing fair no more, because playing fair ain't got us the fuck nowhere. I'm the type, oh, that's what we're doing? Oh, that's how y'all feel? Beautiful, because the pendulum will shift. There will be a president in there that is left-leaning. And you know what I do at that point? I fire everybody. And I send my fucking Department of Justice to put all of them bastards in jail. That's what I do. You know what I do? I stack the Supreme Court. You know what I do? I tell the Speaker of the House and the Majority Leader, either you fall the fucking line or get out of the way. Either you get right or you gonna get left. And if y'all are not about stacking the Supreme Court, if y'all are not about impeaching and removing these bastards, then you need to get the fuck out of the way. Because not only do they need to be impeached and removed, they also need to be brought up on charges. Because now we are in the business of the DOJ under the complete and total control of the presidency. So don't come over here with this fuck shit from either side of the aisle when the new president comes in there and uses the Department of Justice to wield justice on these fuck bitches. But this is scary. And yes, Supreme Court justices can absolutely be impeached and removed. Yes, they can. They absolutely can. Hey Shay, I saw you come in earlier. I forgot to say, hey Shay, I know I saw you come in earlier. Somebody else came in. Karen, hey Karen, I saw y'all come in earlier. It probably, because at this point there are no such things as independent agencies truly being independent. There's no such animal anymore. So nobody's off limits at this point. Here we are. This is scary, y'all. This is very scary. And I don't think enough is being made about this, but this is as consequential as that 2024 ruling from this same court that presidents have complete immunity. They basically turned him into a king. They basically said, once you get the presidency, you get any and everything you want. No guardrails, no one to check you. Well, and in their estimation, they're like, well, the Article 1, the legislator is supposed to check him. Them bitches checked out a long time ago. They've abdicated their own power. Hey, Miss Bay thing. Like it's a fucking mess. This is a scary ruling. And what you're about to see now is these people are about to go rogue. The Stephen Millers of the world and all of those people over there, now that this Supreme Court ruling has come down, they're about to not just, I'm not going to say clean house, because they already did that, but they're going to they're going to tear the house down and put their own house in place. Mm-hmm. They already took, remember, he already put his girl in charge of that. That was when he first got in power. He put his girl, what's the girl? The lady that, oh God, I can't think of her name right now, who he put in charge of it. But she was the one, she represented the people that, a group of people. She was the lawyer that represented a group of people that sued some of the some states over the voting machines that they used. Oh, I can't remember this lady's name. It'll come to me later. Probably when I get off of here. But he already put his girl in charge. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. In more Supreme Court rulings. Well, I guess this is good news. I guess I guess we got to take it as it comes. They did come out and rule in a 5-4 decision that states can accept mail-in ballots that arrive after election day as long as they are postmarked by election day. So they ruled that, yeah, they can do that. As long as it's postmarked by, now, mind you, granted, you let this fucktard put his boy in there as Postmaster General, who basically told y'all, I ain't mailing shit out. Fuck y'all and fuck y'all lives. I'm not mailing no mail-in ballots out to nobody unless he gets what he wants. That's what he said. That's what he said. So how you gonna thread that needle? But you had Justice Coney Barrett and Chief Justice Roberts joined the liberal justices in voting that mail-in ballots can be accepted after election day as long as they are postmarked by election day. But again, a couple months back, the post office said, yeah, just because you turned it in on a certain day doesn't mean that it's going to be postmarked by that day. It might take us a few days later. They told us that a few months later. They told us, do not expect for us to postmark stuff on the day that you send it to us. Mm-hmm. So you think they're not going to do that with millions of ballots? Oh, this is going to be a clusterfuck. It's going to be a shit show. If you're doing mail-in ballots, baby, listen. When you get your ballot, mail it out the next day. Send it the next day. Don't wait. Once you get your ballot, send it the next day. So in other news, well, North Carolina, you know, when they sang that song North Carolina, come on and raise up and all that, they wasn't talking about this, North Carolina. They were not. This is not what I don't think this is what Petey Pablo was I don't think this is what Petey Pablo was talking about when he started saying North Carolina, come on and raise up. Well, Uncle Jay, North Carolina. So then there's this. A North Carolina jail was thrown into chaos early this morning after inmates reportedly overpowered correctional officers, took control of parts of the facility, and held 2 guards hostage before negotiations led to their release. The incident unfolded around 5 a.m. this morning at the Bertie Martin Regional Detention Center in Windsor, North Carolina, where 88 inmates and 3 correctional officers were inside the facility at the time. Jesus, that don't sound like a fair fight. You got 88 motherfuckers, and these are motherfuckers. You know when they go to prison, they don't do nothing but work out, be getting cock swole and shit. 88 of these people against 3 correctional officers. I know some COs. Them bitches skinny as I am. What the fuck they gonna do? Girl, that just don't seem like a good ratio. 88 to 3? I'm just saying. Hey, Harold. Hey. 88 to 3 though? Y'all really girl. But y'all taking billions upon billions of dollars in federal taxpayer funds for these private prison facilities. Right? Girl, I cannot. The North Carolina State Bureau of Investigators said local, state, and federal authorities immediately responded after inmates seized control of portions of the regional jail. Authorities said 2 guards were taken captive during the takeover, while a 3rd guard managed to escape. After several hours of negotiations, the 2 guards and 18 inmates were released around 9:30 a.m. A second large group of inmates was released shortly after. The guards were released without further injury, according to officials, though authorities did not immediately provide additional details about their conditions. By early afternoon today, outlets were reporting that Bertie County Sheriff Tyrone Ruffin was saying that 80 inmates had been removed from the facility, while 5 and 9 inmates remain. 5 and 9? That don't make sense. Whatever. It remained inside at the time as of 12:15 today. Listen, there were no fatalities according to reports. I don't. First of all, I just don't think it's a safe thing for y'all to be having 3 correctional officers and y'all got damn near 100 people. Hey, Tawana, does that make sense? This is why I could never work as a correctional officer, and I know a lot of people that work in corrections. Baby, I don't have it to do. I don't have it in me, honey. That's just too much. That's asking you to do a lot of work and do a lot of things for that paycheck. I mean, but then somebody would say, well, you did work in the school system for many, many, many years. I mean, it ain't much different. You might be right. You might be right about that. I don't know. Well, we're glad that the officers are safe and accounted for, and they have no hurt, harm, or danger to them. We're very happy about that. We are. I'll keep you posted if I find out anything else as information is made available. In our last story today, I wanted to do an expose. Y'all know I love a good expose on this. And this is happening as we speak, and not a lot is being said about it. So apparently, because of the situation going on in the Strait of Hormuz, gas and oil reserves depleting, and we've talked about this over here. Terrence and I have talked about this. Congress passed a resolution that allowed them to they do it. They at different times during the year they will allow what they call E15 gas that's 15% ethanol to be used at the gas pumps, right? But that's only in, that's not year round. But what they've done recently is they are using, they've allowed for the use of E15 gas nationwide now, so as to curtail the skyrocketing price of gas. The problem is people who know cars and know motor vehicles are saying E15 gas is bad for your car. And even though the signs on the gas pump says as long as your car was made after 2001, there's a sign that gives you all of the information you need, but basically your car needs to be made after 2001. Most people who work on cars and experts, and I was looking at all of this stuff, I got caught in a rabbit hole. I did. But they were all saying that it really needs to be closer to 2015 or newer. If you do use this over and over and over, what'll happen is you'll damage your car. And while you may be saving money now, you could ultimately be risking the livelihood of your car. I have a quick video where somebody speaks about this, and I pulled this video. This one was the most succinct. I found a bunch of them, but a lot of them were much longer. This was the shortest one and the most succinct one that I found. So listen to this.
The government just changed your gas and it could destroy your engine this summer. It may be cheaper, but they changed what's in it. E15 has been approved for the first time to be used nationwide. They say it's saving you money, but what they don't tell you is it will break down your engine, especially in the summer heat. So here's how this works. Ethanol 10, or E10, is what we've been using for years. 10% ethanol, 90% gasoline. It's been the standard for years, and it's what your car was built to use. So E15 doesn't sound like that big of a jump, but here's the problem. Ethanol evaporates faster than gasoline. So in this summer heat, that ethanol is going to evaporate before it ever reaches your engine. That's called vapor lock, and it actually starves your engine of fuel. So your car might stall, hesitate when you push the gas pedal, or even not start at all if it's been sitting in the heat for a couple hours. And that's why we've never seen it in the summer before. Like, this isn't new news. They know this. They're releasing it now so people think they're bringing down gas prices. But there's more. Okay, ethanol absorbs water. It's literally going to pull moisture out of the atmosphere. So that ethanol and water will bind and actually sink to the bottom of your fuel tank. It will actually separate from the gas. That's called phase separation. So that water is going to be sent straight to your fuel pump, injectors, and engine. That water is going to lead to corrosion, misfire, clogged fuel filters, thousands of dollars of repairs. And finally, this stuff is corrosive. E15 will eat your rubber hoses, seals, gaskets, and yes, it happens with E10, but it's going to happen much faster with this concentration. If your car is older, which they say 01, but if you check your manual, it's more like 15, if not newer, this damage is going to happen quick. So what do we do about it? Check your owner's manual. See if your car can even handle E15. Do your maintenance. Make sure your fuel system is in the best shape possible. So do your research, take care of your car, and don't use E15 this summer. Comment car and I'll send you the app I rely on to keep me up to date on all my maintenance.
That was a quick video. While I was in this rabbit hole, I even found a study from the fucking U.S. Department of Education. This was during the Biden administration. And that study The report after a study by the U.S. Department of Education found that the E15 fuel vehicles that use that fuel tend to travel 4 to 5% fewer miles per gallon than regular gasoline that we've been using with the E10. So while even if your car is fine with E15 fuel, beautiful, great, you get less miles per gallon, which then means you're going to end up paying more, getting more gas more frequently. And so y'all are playing with our emotions. And like I said, we all drive. We all out here in this heat dome and shit. And when I saw this and I started pulling the layers back and going down this rabbit hole, I said, oh, my people need to know about this because ain't nobody telling us shit. Now, I went to my gas station. I don't think they even had it at the QT over there. No, they ain't have no E15 over there. But y'all know I do a lot of traveling, so I end up going to, I usually like to go to like the big gas stations when I'm on the road. And I like to go to the ones that, you know, the trucks go to. So the big gas stations, they usually have like all of the different gas, you know, all of the different, what, the E15s and this and that. So I'm thinking about this because I'm getting ready to go out of town this weekend. Yes, I'm going out of town this weekend. But again, this is information that we do not know. So like the lady said, check your your car manual, check and see what they're offering at the gas station in your area. It may cost you a couple more cents to use the E10, but if you're getting less miles per gallon with the E15 and it could cause damage to your car, then why would I not just use those extra couple pennies? I'm just saying, listen, I even seen some places where I went to a gas station last week. Them bastards said no, no regular or mid grade. They only had 93, and I was in the car to take the regular. I ain't even drive the car that got the to take the 93. Anyway, the point that I'm making is they trying to rake us over the coal with these gas prices. I ain't gonna hold you. They're trying to rake us over the coal with these gas prices. They ain't fooling nobody. Ain't fooling nobody. It's a mess. So be cognizant out there, you know, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I wanted to show that short video to you all because I think she did a better job of explaining it than I did, than I probably could. But just don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to. Okay? If you see that all they got at the gas station you go to is the E15, you may say, nah, let me just go to another gas station. If you can. Now, if that's the only one you can get, you might could get you a little bit till you get to the gas station that could get you the kind that you want, the E10. But I just wanted to bring you that information. Okay? I know a lot of people are not well versed on this type of stuff. I know I ain't well versed on this type of stuff. So as information comes and I never try to give y'all stuff looking at one source. I always go down rabbit holes so I can get as much information as I can, and so that I can source things out and vet things out so that you all know that you're getting good, sound information. See, Terrence, he just looked it up. His 26 road cannot take E15 or E8. See what I'm saying? You got to go look. And they are making this nationwide. They're putting this nationwide, and it's cheaper for the gas stations. But I mean, is it going to be better for you and your car? And you might see some change, you know, maybe 20 or 30 cents cheaper in your gas tank, but at what cost? I'm just saying. So please check. Please be vigilant. Like I said, I didn't know this until I saw it today. And once I saw it, y'all know how I am. I like to bring this stuff to you all so y'all can be informed about all of this. Okay. Don't get caught up in the mix. Don't say we ain't tell you, okay? We like to make you informed, so now you are responsible for the information that you are given. Now, when this stuff starts hitting the fan, don't say we ain't tell you. Y'all know how we do over here. We like to be ahead of the curve. We don't like to tell y'all stuff way after the fact. We are ahead of the game. So when it come down, y'all can be like, nah, El Teddy already told us about that. We're very aware over here. We ain't new to this. We true to this. We're smart over here. This the gifted class. This the AP class. This the IB class. This ain't the regular class, okay? Just saying. But yes, please stay informed. Check your car manuals and so forth. Don't put the wrong gas in. Because from what they're saying, more and more gas stations are giving E15 as their only option. Not like you on The Price is Right. A new car. Shout out to The Price is Right. Oh man. All right, y'all. It's time for our video breakdowns. Oh dear God. Oh, what does El Teddy's algorithm have in store for us today? Let's travel down this merry little road. Let's escape into our algorithm, shall we? Let's see what the video breakdowns have in store for us today. Here's our first video breakdown.
So I'm going to show y'all how to make a cute little wig. Baby, if your stylist is telling you to bring 4 and 5 and 6 bundles, she is definitely keeping like 5 of your bundles. A real wig really needs only about maybe half a bundle to 1.5 packs of hair on it, period, for it to look natural and look good. Right now, I'm just bonding in the tracks. I showed you all the things that I am using. Wah. My baby is crying, y'all. So yeah, back to the tutorial. So right now I'm just going to use only a half a pack of the gold, and the gold is human so that I can go ahead and layer it and bump it. This style came out really, really cute. Let me know if y'all want another tutorial. It looks super natural, y'all. It's lightweight. It's not heavy. And, I like it. I probably should have just did a different color to the top. That's the other half a pack I am showing you that I have left.
Ladies, y'all buying that wig? I don't know whether or not 4 or 5 bundles. It doesn't. I don't know how many bundles anything take. I don't know nothing about wigs. Wigs. I mean, where my girl wig at? Wig. She trying to show you how to make a wig now. Wig. Shout out to wig. We love wig. Wig. We love you, girl. Now listen. I don't know how many bundles. Okay. I don't know how many bundles it takes. But what I do know is, oh, y'all couldn't see wig. I'm sorry. Wig. There go wig. Wig. Hey, wig. We ain't seen you in a while. We miss you, girl. How you doing over there inside? You still doing all right, girl? Wig. Shout out to wig. Now listen, I don't know how many bundles it takes. But what I do know, ma'am, is that wig looks the fool. That's one. And my second problem is, ma'am, you talked about your baby. Why is that a baby doll? Is that a real baby? Wait a minute. That don't look like a real baby. Hold on. That look like a doll. I could be, maybe it's my eyes. Hold on. Let me look again.
Heavy. And I like it. I probably should have just did a different color to the top. That's the other half a pack I am showing you that I have left.
That don't look like a baby doll? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Is it my eyes? Baby, that look like a doll baby.
And I like it. I probably should have just did a different color to the top. That's the other half a pack I am showing you that I have left.
Girl, what is happening? Now, is y'all gonna let her make y'all wig? Is she gonna? It is enough. Okay, thank you, Cindy Alex. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, y'all. I didn't know. Now, is y'all gonna let her do y'all wig installment? Is y'all gonna let her do y'all wig installment? I mean, maybe you go on around there. Ravine, go on around there. Let her do your wig installment. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Tell you, she got a whole baby doll over there. Baby, I don't know. Yana, is you let her do your wig install? I'm just saying. Yana, she look like she might know what she doing. Not that look like Beyonce bang she cut that one time. Oh, now she look like James Earl Jones and Conan, no, Conan the Destroyer and Conan the Barbarian. The young kids don't know what Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer is, Complex 613. But we, because we very much remember James Earl Jones with that wig on. And Conan, what was that? Conan the Destroyer or Conan the Barbarian? One of the two, child. You gonna let her do it with the baby blink? You say you gonna let her do her friend as soon as she finished buying? No, she ain't coming over here cutting my hair. No, ma'am, no God. Woo! Woo, God, y'all are silly. I thought y'all would get a kick out of that. And Mama is real serious. She is serial. This is serial, people. That was Conan the Barbarian? Okay. Here's our next video breakdown.
Today we are going to ask students how many days it's been since they've showered. I'll go first. Mine's been 0 because I showered this morning. 28. 28. 28. 28. No. 48.
25.
26. 43.
29. 28.
28. 28. 28. Sorry. 27. 28. 28.
27. 27.
So yeah, any white people that are watching my shit, just no, ain't none of y'all ever getting this dick.
Here's a question. Now, granted, I bathe I take a shower like twice a day, especially in the summer because it's hot as fuck. And if I go outside, that's the third time. However, if you're in the business of not bathing, right? What is there a magical number you're supposed to reach? Like, how do you know how many days you done been without bathing? Like, are you keeping count on a calendar or some shit? Like, do you got to wait till you get to 60 days and you bathe? Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, if you just really ain't bathing like that, if you really ain't taking baths, I shudder to think that you really keeping track of the amount of days that you done went without bathing. Like, I know ladies, and for men, this is a complete foreign concept for us. I applaud all ladies because the fact that y'all have to count, every 4 weeks before your next cycle. Like, men, we would be all fucked up. Let's be clear. We would be all fucked up if we had to count 28 days for anything. I ain't gonna hold you. If something was coming every 28 days, us men, we would be fucked up. I ain't gonna hold you. We would have red stains in the back of our clothes every 28 days. Be like, fuck, man, I forgot. Cause we can't keep track of shit like that. We slow like that. But I'm just saying, cause us men, we ain't good with numbers like that. So I'm just like, are you scratching off on one girl said 43. That is diabolical. Ma'am, you might have had 2 cycles in that amount of time. Dear Lord. No, ma'am. No, God. Listen, it ain't even just the girls. Think about the amount of ball gravy that those dudes have. Think of the amount of skid marks and shit stains in those underwear. Like, I can't imagine the amount of ball gravy that they are just walking around with. That has to be like they said on the Michael Jackson Thriller, the funk of 40,000 years. I cannot. These are y'all people descended from the Caucasus Mountains, not mine. We got to move on. That shit is dirty as hell. It's too hot outside for that. Here's our next video breakdown.
If her stomach in the front is bigger than the one in the back, she's a keeper. If your girl ain't got no hood, she ain't living good. What I like in the back, I pack in the front. If your girl ain't got no hood, she ain't living good. If your girl ain't got no hood, she ain't
Why did they give you bitches the internet? Why did they give you people the internet? Why, God? Why did they give y'all the internet? Why? Crimes against humanity. This is what we would call crimes against humanity. I have no more commentary. I'm just moving on. I'm moving on. I have nothing. This is what I have to endure, y'all, in my algorithm. Here's our next video breakdown.
I ain't prepared. You talking about my jeans? Oh, what's they having church in now? I thought I seen it all, but now I know. I know now. Yeah, you ain't gonna tell these motherfuckers that they do not love Sophie, because there is a candy apple red casket on the front line. Oh yes, the hell they did pick out colors for Sophie. Use a motherfucking line. Forgot what the hell I was gonna say, because my leg is up here shaking like a mud baby. Because if you talking about my jeans. I don't know about y'all, but Sophie living very long life in 2020. I don't know who was in control or who was responsible for decorations, but the decoration committee, my. Programs and obituaries look better than some humans. Hallelujah. It's reserved sections for the family, y'all. Okay. This right here let me know it's gonna be some good vittles at that doggone repass. I'm telling you right now, baby, Lord have mercy. Jesus. I ain't fooling with South Carolina, because you motherfuckers on a whole other level right now. Lord, I know what it's like to lose them, baby, but I'm telling you right now, the whole family got my condolences.
Hey, Catherine Powell. Baby, they had the wait, let me see if I can find this candy red. That was a candy red. That was a candy red casket. Look at the casket. Look at the casket. Girl. Did anybody take care of Joe? Joe Mass, Epos? Anybody? Y'all took care of him? Joe had a lot to say. Y'all took care of Joe? Joe seems touched by an angel. Go send him to ISS in school suspension. Go send him to ISS. Listen. But you know that, baby, and they is up in there. Baby, they got chair decorations. Baby, hold on. We need to break this down. Let's go back. Baby, they had chair decorations. Hold on. Baby, they got musicians. They got a keyboarder, a keyboard player, a drummer. Baby, you heard her say good vittles, honey. Girl, we do say vittles down here. Yeah, baby, there's some good vittles over there. We do say that. But they got the balloons. Baby, look at the floral arrangements in the back. Hold on now. Wait a minute. They got floral arrangements. Baby, they got floral arrangements. It looked like they told people, bitch, come out of colored scheme if you want to. You won't be let in. If your ass ain't in red and white, bitch, looking like you going to a Delta probate or a Kappa probate, I'm going to fuck you up. You better be over there for a Delta probate or a Kappa probate. Baby, listen. And I know that food was sickening. Angela, you know that food was sickening, honey. Woo. Ciao. Baby, listen. Baby, they don't have to put on outfits at all. One more time. Sophie, may you rest. It's a homegoing celebration in honor of Furry Girl, Sophie Campbell. Sophie had a whole last name. This is at High Hill Baptist Church. Wait, y'all ain't had this at nobody's church. Y'all better stop playing with me. This look like it's probably in the fellowship hall. Y'all did not do this at no damn church. They did not let y'all in High Hill Baptist Church. That means y'all had to pay money. Because them churches ain't letting you have no fume without money, even for the members sometimes. Girl, I can't play with y'all. Baby, y'all got Sophie up there with glamour shot pictures and shit. Glamour shots, Brian Allen and all kinds of shit. Tanya said there was another video I saw where they showed the actual picture of the dog in the cat. Girl, I need that, Tanya. Tanya, you need to send me the link to that. And she had on sunglasses and a shirt. Baby, I can't. Tanya, we need you to send me that so we can show that tomorrow. Because, girl, I cannot. I'm not doing this with y'all. Now she a charter member of the church. I'm not doing this. Listen. Your husband ain't hollering no louder than they was hollering at that church. She probably had the open casket funeral and all. Sophie! Baby, they was over there. Take me, Lord. Take me now, Lord. She went too soon. It wasn't her time, Lord. Please, God, take me instead. I can't with y'all. Y'all got a lot going on. Baby, what we had at the, what was that, the repass? What they had at the repass? Not a horse drawing carrot. I can't play with y'all. I cannot play with y'all. Baby, listen. I'm not playing with y'all. My dogs' names are Bella, Nicole Fields, and Charlie Bartholomew Fields. Okay. Charlie Bartholomew. Shout out if you know what movie that came from. I know y'all know what movie that came from. Bartholomew. Let me. I can't play with y'all today. Here's our next video breakdown.
Y'all want to see my boots? Honey, they said I look like Beyonce with these boots, honey. Your hoes missed it. Hold on, bitch. This that Beyonce, bitch.
And that's enough internet for today. Nope. I'm not doing this with y'all. Nope. Nope. That's enough internet for today. That was our last video breakdown. I certainly hope you enjoyed them. I I did. I can't do no more. I can't do no more. As we toot that thing up, mommy, and make it roll, and Watusi our ass further into the dossier. The BET Awards happened yesterday. It was a lot. However, this is probably the best BET Awards they'd have had in 10 years. I ain't gonna hold you. This is the best BET Awards they done had in 10 years at least. At least 10 years. I ain't gonna hold you. The stars came out. I think that's what made the BET Awards good. Stars and A-listers actually came out to the BET Awards yesterday. They were out there yesterday, and it was great to see. I hope that in years to come, that this is more of a trend than an anomaly, that the stars, the A-list black stars, come out to the BET Awards. Let me tackle the Janet and Tiana Taylor part first of all. My queen was sickening at 60 years old, sickening, stunting on all them hoes, looking better than bitches 40, 50 years her junior, stunting on bitches. Now, people are up in arms. Now, Tiana Taylor had a whole moment. Baby, she was boohoo crying because Janet presented her with her award. I probably would be boohoo crying too, snot bubbles and all, like Tiana Taylor, if my queen, Janet or Mariah, was presenting me with an award. I'd be falling all over myself too. So I totally understand that part, Tiana Taylor. Now, people are going back and forth about, well, how is Tiana Taylor receiving an Icon Award? And people are going back and forth on the internet about whether or not she deserves the title and moniker Icon. Now, if I'm being honest, hold on, let me. Because that's what y'all come here for, me to be honest, right? Y'all come here for me to be honest. I tend to agree. I can think of 168 other people that should have gotten an Icon award before Tiana Taylor. I'm not trying to diminish what that woman has done. I'm not trying to diminish her accomplishments over the last year. But the term icon is at a different level. And I'm not saying that she won't get there, but I do believe that you have to not just have a body of work, but a body of work at that level, at the, A-list level. When you have a body of work at A-list level for years, then you can get icon status. But for me, you having a year or two, even 5 years of A-list work does not warrant an icon. To be an icon, you need to be at A-list level for more than a decade. I'm sorry, at A-list level for more than a decade. That's it. That's all. Now, she may get there. She may absolutely get there, but I think it's too soon. And I'm not saying you haven't been working, Tiana Taylor, for decades. You have been working for decades, but you haven't been working at A-list level. For me to consider you an icon, you need to be at A-list level for decades. I'm just saying. Now, you could, but again, that's why I say you can be actress of the year, entertainer of the year, whatever you want to call it. Once you put the moniker icon, first of all, that's a stupid title anyway, because once you're an icon, it's not icon of the year. Icons are just icons, period. And they've been doing it so long. They've been at that level for so long. You don't put a year on icon. You can say BET's 2026 icon, not icon of the year, but the icon that they are celebrating in 2026 is blank. Not this person is the icon of the year. That's a bad title because icons are just iconic. But who the fuck am I? But I was glad to see my girl Janet. Drewski, his little bits and you know sketches, they were funny. They were. I do listen. I think they're gonna have Kiki next year because y'all see how Kiki stole the stage. Did Kiki came out there and pulled that mic from Drewski and said they should have had me hosting and introduce the next award. Did she was great too. I think they'll probably have her next year. She did real good. I do think that there were moments where Drewski and he just seemed off with the audience. The audience didn't respond. Or it was kind of he wasn't in sync with the audience at certain times. A part of that is I do think that I'm glad Xavier's not here because you know he'll be in the chat windmilling. Hey, Twin Flames. I do think part of that is Drew. This is going. Oh, how do I say this? I probably shouldn't say this, but I am. There's a certain part of Drewski's shtick that caters to white audience because it's self-deprecating to black people as opposed to being best suited for black audiences where it's just comedy and fun. Y'all get what I'm saying there? There's a part of Drewski's shtick where it's more aligned with white audiences and their brand of humor because it's a black person being self-deprecating about the black community as opposed to it being a black person doing comedy where, you know, it's about our community and we feel like it's just us embracing our own and being comedic. Am I wrong? Y'all get what I'm saying? The awards were actually, I haven't really watched the BET Awards in years, but my friends were like, no, you need to go watch. It was good this year. So I went and watched, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was the best ones they've had in at least 10 years. The performance, the tribute to D'Angelo, awesome. Oh, that D'Angelo tribute was awesome. Oh my God, that was awesome. 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 I like the little skit where Duran Bernard ran down the aisle again and ran on stage again. That was funny with Drewski. That was funny to me. Of course, Ray J was being Ray J and being stupid. He on the red carpet talking about, yeah, I got on nude underwear. And Bow Wow had to snatch the mic from him. Child. I figured that he would. If y'all remember when I learned, we reported over here that he was hosting. And I was like, I don't know if he's best suited to host. He might be great at sketch comedies and things like that, but hosting is a whole different arena. And so I think there were parts where he struggled there. But Kiki was right. Yeah, she was good. Now, if you watch for nothing else, the Lauryn Hill tribute was worth it. If you watch for nothing else, go watch the Lauryn Hill. Because baby, let me tell you when I fell out. Baby, when they started off the Lauryn Hill tribute with my girl Tanya Blunt singing Joyful from fucking Sister Act 2, baby, I was ready to go on the glory because I love Tanya Blunt. And let's be clear. On the movie Sister Act 2, the best singer in the movie Sister Act 2 is not Lauryn Hill. It's fucking Tanya Blunt. That's it. That's all. Tanya Blunt is the best singer on Sister Act 2. Full stop. That's it. That's all. Fight your mama. So when they started off with Tanya Blunt, baby, I was here for Tanya Blunt sang the fucking house down. I said, yes, ma'am. Then they had her kids came out. I think that was the daughter or the son. I know the son came out at one point. But was the girl with the dress, I think that was her daughter. The girl who, I think she had on like a green dress and had dreads. I think that was her daughter. I could be wrong. And they had a bunch of people come out. Now I'm gonna say this, and y'all gonna be mad at me. Get mad at your mom. I don't care. I've heard the little Tim's girl several times now. I've seen her. I saw her at the Obama thing. I think that was the first time I saw her. And they had her, I believe that was her singing on part of the Lauryn Hill tribute as well. And then she sung her own song. She's all right, but I don't really, she don't move me like that. Like she gives me, I'm a 1 octave range singer and I'm going to stay in this 1 octave. And I can't go outside of this 1 octave. I'm going to do all I can in this 1 octave. And for me, girl, I like a singer. And if you're going to be a singer, baby, you got to give me more than 1 octave. I'm not saying she don't be doing a lot with that 1 octave. But, baby, she can't go outside of that 1 octave. Like, I want you to stretch yourself. Give me a little highs every now and again or a little lows every now and again. Baby, mama stay in this 1 octave and can't give me no more. And so I think it's limiting for me. That's just me. I don't know. People gonna fight me about that because they love the little Tim's girl. I ain't know who she was till the Obama Presidential Center celebration and thing opening or whatever. But when Carmen and Queen Latifah came out there, Lizzo was trying to sing. She was trying her best. She did the best she can. Her and who was that singing? It was Lizzo and SZA did that thing. It was somebody. I think it was Lizzo and SZA. Lizzo was out there with somebody when they did doo-wop that thing. I'm just saying. Who else I enjoy? And then you had Carmen and Queen Latifah at the end, and they tore the house down. They sure did. Lauren even got up there and sang. She sang X Factor. Sure did. Came up there and sang herself. Sure did. When they did the in memorial, they had Erica Campbell and Leandria. Erica Campbell just did all right. She was just all right for me. She sang I Love the Lord by Richard Smallwood, you know, that Whitney Houston made famous. If you're going to sing I Love the Lord, He Heard My Cry and Pitied Every Groan. Baby, you got to do a little more with that, Leandria. Not Leandria, Erica. I ain't gonna hold you. But baby, Leandra came out there, baby, and started singing Total Praise. Took us on to glory. Y'all know Leandria don't fuck off. Leandria gonna get a microphone and take us on to glory. I ain't gonna hold you. The little Kalani girl, she did all right. It was cute. You know what I'm saying? She did all right. Cardi, y'all like her. I don't really care about like that, whatever. Cardi was Cardi. Who else did I see? I talked about the D'Angelo set with George Clinton and Duran Bernard, and baby, I love the little girl Ray, because she was on the D'Angelo tribute too. But then she had like a set by herself. Mama sang her face off. I like that little girl Ray. Baby, listen. She had the little Whitney Houston wig. How will I know? Whitney Houston wig. All I needed her was to have the little the little bow tied in her wig, honey. Mama had the Whitney Houston wig from How Will I Know? But the little Ray girl, I said I might have to download her stuff. I thought she said, I didn't think she said nobody could sing the song. I thought she said they didn't have nobody on here to sing my song, so I'll sing it. But she might have said nobody can sing my song. I was like, oh, she so sang it. It was just all right though. It wasn't all that. Just saying, some of them know she can't hit no more, but that's not here. There. Anyway. But Lauren looked good. She looked happy. She looked like she's, finally in a good place in life. And that was good. Um, who else I saw? What else I saw? I saw a lot of stuff. It was really, and like I said, and I don't like a lot of these young singers, but overall, I thought it was a really, really good BET Awards. Who was the girl that came out and sang with, was that Tim's that sang with Jamie Foxx? Or was that SZA? Somebody was over there singing with Jamie Foxx. Who sang? Jamie Foxx was playing the piano. I forgot who that was. But I remember saying, "Oh, Jamie Foxx sound better than they do." I remember saying that. Um, Anyway, I don't know if she was on time because I ain't see her on the red carpet. I just saw her inside. I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was a really good. This is probably, like I said, the best one they've had in about 10 years. Easy. Easy. So, if you haven't seen it, I would say it's worth a watch. It is worth a watch this year. It was actually really good this year. They said, even though it didn't make the dossier, was Kirk Franklin over there in Los Angeles going to the BET Awards? They say he was at some Wawa festival, but I didn't know if he was trying to make his way to the awards because, baby, they say he was out there fighting and stuff. They say he was about to fight some man that said him and his wife was going to hell. I saw the video. Kirk Franklin act like he was about to get nuck if you buck. Kirk Franklin, you like this big, sir. You like 4'10". Baby, that man was a lot bigger than you. You would have got your ass whooped, Kirk. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna even hold you, Kirk. Oh, that was Kaylani with Jamie Foxx? Oh, okay. Because I remember saying, Jamie Foxx sounds better, but like none of these girls, none of these newfangled new school girls, nobody gives me power. What happened to all of the power singers? What happened to the singers that was gonna grab a microphone and holler? Every now and again, I need a bitch to holler. I need some power. I need to hear some highs and some lows and range and stuff. I'm just saying. Yeah, they had some white guy had the sign that said black parents are failures, and they kicked him out. Last name is Lang. Is it Jacob Lang, Joseph Lang, something like that? But anyway, he was riding around in a truck with signs that said black parents are failures. He ain't shit, and they threw his ass, made his ass leave. Yeah, the new girl voices ain't said. She was trying, she was singing on doo-wop that thing. She was doing the best she could. She ain't the best of singers, so she did the best she could. Hey, I ain't gonna, it wasn't all that. Yeah, they don't go to church no more. That's why they don't have no. You're right, Cindy. That is so right. That's so right. Baby, they don't know. They don't know how to. They don't have the range. They don't have the highs, the lows. You have to do a little of everything, honey. Child. But that was the BET Awards. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, I think it's worth a watch. Maybe they were talking about the fact that what a name, Shay Johnson. What ain't that Shay? No, the girl was over there with Scrappy again. Now he talking about we ain't together. Girl, what's the girl name from Love Hip Hop? Shay. She was over there with Lil Scrappy on the red carpet with her. I said, you know what? You bitches don't learn. But Scrappy do look like he got some good ass dick. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'll give him whatever. He can come on. Let me shut up and stop telling my business. Child. Yeah, Lauren's daughter. I was very surprised. That was the girl with the green. I was like, okay. Cause she said this for you, mama, or something like that. I was like, okay. I'm just saying. Shay Johnson, yeah, she was over there on the red carpet with her ex-boyfriend, Scrappy. She probably got her box beat in at the after party in the bathroom somewhere, something like that, you know. Chubba, go watch. It was a good time. It was a good time. It was very good. It was a very good time for the first time in a long time. I hope it continues that way. So this morning on Good Morning America, for just to get to some sports news, former running back Chris Johnson, former running back Chris, what you talking about in yellow? Who you talking about in yellow? Baby, I don't know these little girls. I don't know these little girls. Maybe that's that Tim's girl. I don't know these little girls or whatever. Announced that he had ALS and has limited, you know, time to get. That's the same guy on the left and the right, but he has ALS and it is at the point now where he can't even talk. So when he was on the broadcast, he has a machine. You see the monitor in front of him, but he uses his eyes to, you know, make it go to words or help him, you know, go to the words that he wants to speak and things like that. So it is, and if you know anything about the NFL, Chris Johnson is probably one of the fastest NFL players that there ever was. One of the fastest 40 times ever. I think Chris Johnson has the fastest or the second fastest. I think he ran like a 4.2 in the 40. Yeah, he went on Good Morning America with Michael Strahan and talked about the fact that he was diagnosed with ALS some years back. Back in 2000, what did he say? 2000. I forgot what year he said. But he said that how it started was he thought that, you know, he noticed it in his hand. He noticed it in his hand and he just thought it was something, you know, a little, he didn't think it was nothing serious. And when he went to the doctor, they told him, they said, listen, it's you have ALS. There is no cure. And you have a limited time left. Make your arrangements. Dog, I can't remember. I think it was like, hold on, let me see. Because I know that he said he was diagnosed at the age of 39. So let me see. Because I don't want to get that wrong. He's 40. So that was just a year or two ago. Yeah. Yeah, because he's 40 now. So he was just diagnosed about a year ago. And because he turns 41 in September. And so as you can see, he went downhill fast. Like he's at the point now where he can't even he can't talk anymore. He has to, you know, it's, as you may know, that's a neurological disease that affects your mobility, your body, and everything. And and he's 40, and he was diagnosed at 39, and he's already at the point now where they basically told him, "Hey, make your arrangements, get your affairs in order." And like I said, if you watch football, you know. The story of Chris Johnson, it was shocking for the sports community to hear. I'm so sad to hear, but we certainly are praying for him and his family as they go through this trying time. In other sports news, these betting scandals, gambling scandals are rocking the sports community, which leads me to believe this shit has been going on for a while, and this shit is probably way more rampant than they believe. Malik Beasley, who played for the Detroit Pistons, was indicted on federal charges pertaining to a sports betting scheme. And he was, and this was revealed today. He has him and his legal team says that he's going to surrender himself to federal authorities on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Now they're saying that this may be another shoe that is a part of that gambling scheme with Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and stuff like that. But he was cooperating with the authorities. Now he's been indicted. So yeah, and so he's finally been indicted with that whole scandal. I would venture to tell y'all there's a lot more to this. Like we just did the story on the little college boy that was gambling on his games on college football. And with the advent of DraftKings and all of these online sports betting sites that these leagues promote, let's be clear, every sports league promotes these betting sites. So you can't have it where you're promoting these sports betting sites and then tell your players, oh, you better not go over there and bet. And they have all of this money. This, I'm telling you, it's way more rampant than they'd like us to believe, which then goes into calling into question whether or not you can trust what you're seeing in the games. Because if you, like some of these people, are betting on your own games, that means that you could be sabotaging the team so that you can win a bet. That goes to the complete integrity of the game. I think we're going to hear more of this. And something's going to have to be done. I think those sports leagues are going to have to eventually cut ties with some of those betting apps. In our last story of the day, because I was supposed to be on a 7 o'clock meeting, former Arkansas State football player and NFL scout Blaze Taylor, who you see on the left, is facing serious criminal charges in a case that has shocked the sports world. Prosecutors allege that Mr. Taylor intentionally poisoned his pregnant girlfriend, Jade Benning, by secretly putting cocaine into her pink lemonade in February of 2023. Miss Benning, who was 5 months pregnant with their unborn child, later died after being hospitalized. Authorities also say the unborn baby did not survive. Mr. Taylor was arrested in March of 2024 and has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. He has pleaded not guilty, and the case is moving through the court system. During a recent court hearing, prosecutors revealed additional details about the relationship between Mr. Taylor and Miss Benning. According to the prosecution, Mr. Taylor had allegedly pressured Miss Benning to have an abortion in the months leading up to her death. Now, he's only 30 years old. And he has worked at in the scouting department for the Tennessee Titans, for the NFL team, the Tennessee Titans. Prosecutors allege that Miss Bennings sent a heartbreaking text to her close female friend in the months before she died, in which she appeared to reference Mr. Taylor's desire for her to terminate the pregnancy. According to prosecutors, the message read the following, quote, "I'm going to tell him today that I'm not having the abortion so he can get it out of his head," end of quote. In a separate message to Mr. Taylor himself 3 months before her death, Miss Benning said, quote, "You said how you felt and stated that moving forward you want no part, so I will let it be that. I will not involve you at any point. I will love this child unconditionally with or without you." End of quote. And that's what she texted him. On February 2025, Mr. Taylor allegedly called 911 and reported that Ms. Benning was having an allergic reaction. Ms. Benning's fetus, who was going to be named Ivy, died 2 days later on February 27th, while Ms. Benning herself passed away on March 6th, her 25th birthday. Wow. Following months of investigation by police, scientists, and the medical examiner, local authorities determined Miss Benning had been poisoned without her knowledge after Mr. Taylor visited her home. In the courtroom on Friday, a medical examiner broke down the autopsy report and told the court she had never before seen the levels of cocaine that were found in Miss Benning's body. Dr. Aaron Carney, the medical examiner, said of the sample that she got from Miss Benning, she said, quote, "I could not recall anything this high," end of quote. She revealed that Miss Benning had 1,787 nanograms of cocaine per milliliter of blood. The medical examiner said, quote, "The circumstances surrounding Miss Benning's ingestion of cocaine were very concerning, that she ingested this unknowingly. Acute cocaine toxicity caused Miss Benning to die," end of quote. This is a whole fucking mess. Lock his ass up. That's it. That's all. Lock his ass up. Don't let him out. Don't let his ass out. Lock his ass up. Put him in the jail cell with Roscoe and Rufus and them and Nuck and Ray Ray and them and let them fuck his ass up. Literally and figuratively. All puns intended. Shame. A shame. Disgusting person. That's the dossier for today. We got to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of tomorrow is what, our last day of Pride Month, and we're gonna go out like with our girl.
That is Gay Pride Month. Shout out to all my gay niggas. Shout out to everybody in the LGBT community. I told my niggas that it need to be more straight niggas giving love to the gay niggas.
Happy gay month, cause you know you gay and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
He got your gay balloon cause it got all the colors cause it's gay.
Okay.
And I got Skittles cause it got a rainbow on it.
Okay.
And I got the cookie cake. It says, "Be who you
are for your pride." Baby, when Drewski told Ray J at one point, "I thought you were supposed to be dead," I said, "Girl, I'm done." He told Ray J, "Wasn't you supposed to be dead?" I said, girl. I live, though. I live. We'll be back tomorrow, y'all. I hope y'all had a great time today. I had a great time with y'all. If y'all didn't have a great time with me, I had a great time with y'all. So, then, hey, then there's that. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I'm just saying. Anyway, we about to get out of here. That's all I got for y'all until tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. I'll see you next time.